Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flicks. This is the Tech. I am actually not solo. Last night we recorded a beta for it, and of course, like some things, we run into technical issues sometimes. So I salvaged it, brought it back, got some excerpts from that show I think you will enjoy. We did the show with the Muse and Austin, who has been on a few times. So gonna roll that. Got outtakes afterwards, so don't freak out when it just ends abruptly without me saying stay tuned to the glow and all that great stuff. But check us out on Facebook, 3 Geeks Flicks. Give us a like, comment, holler, troll us. You don't do Facebook, we've got Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flicks. Flicks is of course spelled F-L-I-X, so give us a follow there, give us a holler there, troll there, get involved. You're the third geek, so get on YouTube, folks. Hit that subscribe button, give us a like, leave us some comments, let us know you're out there. We enjoy getting to know every one of y'all. We'd love to have some of y'all on the show like we do Austin. So as I always do, appreciate y'all sticking around and stay tuned to the glow of those monitors because we're going to catch you next time. Good night. Joining me as always and again is the Muse, Justin Kyle, and Austin himself. Gentlemen, say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Damn you, Austin, for being different. And, of course, yes, I am the Tech Mitchell Wright. We're back. We've got a review for you folks. This is a beta. It's going to be spoiler-free. And Austin and the Muse have seen it. I have not. Sorry, I'm a little slow on that stuff. And a few things I can't go into with legalities. So we're going to go shoot it to them. We're going to ask them. We're going to see what they think. I believe there's a little different opinion in both of them. So it'll be rather enlightening for all of us here on 3 Geeks Flicks. So as I always do, I look to you, good Austin, and say, Austin, give it to me. What you got?
The storyline, I love the storyline, but I wasn't as scared as I thought it was going to be. The trailers they kind of hyped it up to be really scary, but I only got scared once, so it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. So overall, I liked the movie though. So
overall, it was solid. Okay, Muse.
Yeah, I see what he's saying. I think there was only a couple of parts where I thought it wasn't really scary. It was kind of disturbing. You know what I mean? Like, it was more creepy than, like, they had some good jump scares every once in a while. It's hard not to get a little scared from, like, a sudden loud noise, like a jump scare. But overall, it was more creepy and disturbing than it was, like, scary. Okay. Which is good. That's not a bad thing either, you know? So, yeah.
So, Pennywise was, and I've heard different things. Was Pennywise truly as frightening as he seemed, or was he more terrifying in the original? What are your thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Justin.
Well, this is just to kind of piggyback off of what Austin said earlier. I think a lot of it comes down to whether or not people are going to find this scary as opposed to disturbing. Mm-hmm. There's a difference there. I think a lot of it's going to come down to their age. If we were 10 to, anywhere from like 8 to 12, I think this movie would be terrifying, for sure. Okay. So to answer your question, Pennywise, as for the younger kids that saw this, if I was as old as I was when I saw the original Gangster, Mr. Curry, then yes, it would have been very, very freaky. Okay. Not necessarily in the same way, though, just a little bit different. It's kind of tough. Austin, you've seen the original, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got respect for it. All right. Well, Austin, what did you think of Pennywise? Was he frightening or not?
I kind of agree with Justin on this one. I think the audience plays a big factor into it because, like you said, if I was 8 or 12, like 8 to 12, I'd be terrified. But I could notice Bill Skarsgård.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
I love his portrayal. I love how Pennywise's voice is. It's more creepier compared to Curry's, and that's what I like about his performance is the way he can terrify you with his voice, not only his terrifying image.
Okay.
So.
Child actors, how were the performances?
Do you want to go first or you want me to go, Austin?
You go ahead, buddy. You're the veteran.
So I will say this pretty much without hesitation. The child acting was better in this one, to me by far. Now, It depends on the actor. So I still think Bill, Jonathan Brandis, rest in peace, to the first one, he did a fantastic job as far as child acting. He was a gifted child actor, in my opinion.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Almost every single one of the kid actors in this one did as good a job as he did in the original. And some of them beat it. So the kid acting, there were a couple that stole the show from me. And it's all relative. Some people had their own favorites. Bill did a great job. Richie did a fantastic job. And Beverly did a fantastic job. Those were the standouts. Those were my favorite. Across the board, the child acting, it hasn't been overall this good to me since we're talking Goonies and Stand By Me. And I'm not speaking an exaggeration or hyperbole. It was that good.
Oh, yeah, I completely agree. Richie's performance blew it away. He was hilarious. He's making your mama jokes all the time. It's super funny. I love the kids' performances.
Other things other characters did possibly more disturbing and terrifying than Pennywise overall, or was he your main fright in the story?
Nope. I would say I wouldn't. I mean, Pennywise he's the main course of the meal,
Okay.
but they did a fantastic job at really making the other side characters as creepy and menacing as possible. And I say that if I were to tell you, obviously that is spoiler territory. But the side character, Bowers, was pretty terrifying as far as, even the adults, the parents, all of them, they were as creepy, I think, as necessary. And they upped the game as far as the, if you're comparing it to the original, by far, this is a lot more creepy, terrifying, and extreme than the original.
Austin?
I completely agree. It seems like the whole town is on the act. For once, I'm actually agreeing with Justin.
Yeah.
So,
put it on the calendar. What were some of your weak points?
Back? My weak point. It didn't really scare me as I thought it was going to. That, like I said before, it didn't scare me how I wanted it to. But okay. I can't really blame that on anybody except for my age, because I think, like Justin said earlier, it'd be scarier. For one second. I think it'd be scarier as an 8 to 12-year-old. So.
Okay. Muse.
Well, the biggest thing whenever I walked out, there were some parts where it was really CGI, and that's kind of to be expected. Mm-hmm. Some of the parts were a little too noticeable. Again, if I was a child, I wouldn't say that. That's not necessarily the case, and. I don't know. The only weird feeling I walked out is I think the trailers may have hyped it up a little too much. So whenever the trailers, at the end of the trailers were all so phenomenal. They did such a good job at teasing. Yeah. That finally, afterwards it took me a second. It's like, man, is it over? Is it over? What's going on? That as well as the CGI were really the only two elements that I thought, held it back just a little bit.
Yeah, Pennywise's CGI kind of made it a little childish for me, but...
Was it better than the man spider that was in the first one?
Yeah, they didn't have anything near that silly and cheap.
Kind of last few things here. Really, score, was it solid or did it leave you wanting? Both of y'all.
Well... The score itself was average. I don't really remember anything that stood out about the actual score. With that in mind, I remember the source music extremely well. They had phenomenal 80s music, and one of the most unexpected aspects of this movie is how hilarious it was at parts. Right, Austin?
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of the humor was music oriented of the 80s. I mean, you got cheesy music. I mean, that's kind of what the 80s were known for in some aspects. But not only that, but apart from the silly moments of music, they had some awesome 80s soundtracks that are heartfelt too. So that made up for it, because that's what you remember. You remember this, it's almost Guardian of the Galaxy-esque. It had a fantastic soundtrack of that time.
That's a big statement right there.
Unsure about it. Sometimes I get that way if I have such a build-up to such a thing, you know what I mean? And I think the only letdown is, like Austin said, it wasn't as scary as I hoped for me personally. That's because I'm 29 years old. But the more I thought about it, and the more I thought of how entertaining it was, and the more time I put some thought into it, I think it deserves the praise it's getting overall with what it did, especially for the director, the child acting. Overall, it was extremely entertaining for my age, and I think it's going to be just as terrifying for kids that, you know, were the same age as we were when we saw the original. I think the Skarsgård's role is going to be just as iconic as Curry's role, and I think the child acting elevated it to the point that had never been done before in the original miniseries by far.
All right. So, real quick, Austin, what's your number for it?
8.
8. Austin, The Muse, your number?
You know, my family, the lowest number my family gave it to me was 9.5, and I don't know about that. For what they were going for overall as a package, considering the expectations of this and how much true hardcore fans, I'm giving it a 9.
Giving it a 9. 8 from Austin and a 9 from The Muse.
No, I love it. It's fun.
This is like your 4th appearance, isn't it? Your 4th or 3rd appearance?
I think it's 4th. I don't know. We did a trailer reaction.
Jesus. You're back. Who?
Well, like, 75% of my screen is Mitchell's face, like in a really close-up view, and
Give us your thoughts, get to know us, sit back, make a friendship, build on this family, and I'm going to stop right there because it was getting a little creepy and I was kind of getting a little southern, and I heard banjos and I felt like watching Deliverance.
Yeah.
Okay. Austin, you do have a pretty mouth, by the way. But anyways.
Are you going to give it to Austin first, or are you going to give it to me? Or is it going to be a surprise?
I'm gonna give it to whoever the I want.
How now, brown cow? Austin, you look fantastic. Mitchell, you look beautiful.
I wish I could say the same for you, Justin, but...
First off, Austin, no one cares what you have to say. And second...
While I'm on here.
And see, I knew he would like that scene because mutilating of any sort, especially...
Children?
I was going, yeah.
Oh. I'm assuming it bit his arm off. I'd rather see that than actually watch it unfold.
You mean like in the original made-for-TV movie?
Right. Kind of.
That's why I think they did it. It's because the original, they just teased it. You didn't actually see it. So this was like, no, we're going to show you. Here it is. This is what people want to see.
They appeased all those creepy Saw fans out there.
After that happened, I looked at my mom. I was like, "What do you think about that?" And without a second hesitation, she was like, "I loved it."
You just answered a lot of questions that most of us have about you.
Yeah. No, it gets worse. It gets worse. Okay, so every time there was a jump scare, my brother, who was sitting by Brendan, he would scream loud, like.
Jared, really?
No, like I don't think. I think he was trying to act like he was acting, but I don't believe it because I've watched horror movies in the past with him in theaters. He watches them with binoculars, like hand binoculars like this, if there's a scary thing coming. And afterwards we're outside and we're talking about it, and then I think Jared asked Brendan, what would you change? Was there anything about it? And then Brendan, in such a monotone voice, was like, well, it would have been better if you didn't scream as much. Okay, well, Austin, do you have any, as always, we always ask our guests, is there anything you feel like we could improve on? Or are we still going pretty good?
No, y'all always been good.
I know we have, okay? I know we have.
Alright, dickhead, then why'd you ask me the question?
Austin?
That's why I love having this kid on the show.
Shut up, Mitchell. No one cares what you think.
Well, he's the producer, so... And kind of...
So, Austin, when can you come on the show some more?